His eyes dart towards it. He's not, like, running over. He probably sees lots of weird things.
Sure.
Shall we have a seat? I think we should discuss a few things.
Like what?
Size
What
not
do you
looking
want
at you
to talk about?
Just daring you to reopen the negotiations.
Zephyrus looks at him as if he wants to engage, but he's not really sure if this guy is a nut or is he all there? Is what's going on?
I'll motion over, I guess, yeah, to the one of these ones, back ones, looks a little bigger. To accommodate our fan friend. Perhaps he could pull up a chair.
Okay.
And I'll go and position myself down and take out the Hero card. Is it still doing bloody pictures? Bloody TV screen?
It is kind of grimy from last night. It looks inactive this morning, but it's got like congealed blood on it, and you're making a mess while touching it.
I'll set it on the table and take like a napkin and wipe it clean so that if it starts to bleed a new image, it will be fresh.
All right. The group wanders over. Sai's just watching that you guys are doing stuff. He might be able to overhear your conversation. He's pretending to clean glasses. Oh, he's actually cleaning glasses, but you're pretty sure that they're clean enough.
Yes, well, last night when we spoke to Zellara, the card showed images. It appeared to be a child wandering the streets, and
There was tied red ribbon involved in it.
Yeah. He had a red scarf, and he was taking bits of it off to tie it to things, like leaving a trail.
this child wandered the streets in a red scarf, taking off bits of string and tying them to leave a trail. I think perhaps we may be seeing through Zelara's child, perhaps when he was lost, looking for her deck. Or maybe it's something with those kidnapped children of Lamm. Perhaps they leave markers for their lair. I think, you, Ludo, you once belonged to their gang, did you not?
Yep.
Did you ever leave marks to find your way back to the hideout? Or maybe know where some of the secret entrances were?
When I was really young, I guess, when we were doing our dastardly deeds, we weren't really held up in the sewers as much as used parts of them at the time. I feel as though after my leaving that was probably, the sewers were explored a little bit more than my time.
Yes.
But
Zed grew in power. Miss Gaedran Lamm grew in power after you left, I think. Maybe then he took to the
it
sewers.
would seem that way.
Or found something down there of great power. But in any case,
I'll do my best to describe the scene I saw in the card.
does that remind you of anything here?
I think you all saw it, didn't you?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So and then you rolled
right?
crappy on your knowledge local.
Yeah.
So you there are a few places that you need to go and check, but you'll recognize it when you see the grate. And there's a remote possibility that the red yarn from the scarf is still tied to a sewer grate.
Well,
There's a few places in the slough. You don't know exactly where, but you
Right.
know where there's some
Places to check.
sewer entrances. Yeah.
I have a few places we could start, I guess.
Well, that gives us some leads, but it seems we are lacking in our hired muscle.
I don't know where they went. Hey, bossman, did we sign that contract or not?
There was a lot of talk of his signing. Did you sign?
I wouldn't have
Fair to
signed
say?
anything.
Zephyros? Did anyone sign?
Which
I did not sign anything, but I recall they came with us, and we said that they can come.
Oh yes, those. What happened to them?
Those ones. Yes.
I'm not sure. It's not like followers of Bumpa Dumba to have broken their word.
I don't
Must have had a good reason not to get paid.
Yes.
Maybe they just slept in.
Perhaps, but...
Maybe they don't really care.
Well, in any case, are we up to the challenge of facing the sewers alone?
Yes, we have.
We should try.
Well, if anyone has any other suggestions, I think now is the time. But other than that, I think we should get on it. The game is afoot.
I'm gonna look at Manny and kind of give him like a yay or nay sort of shrug thing to him, see what his reaction is. If he's
Yeah, he's in.
very good.
Si, how long ago did the woman stop showing up? When did she stop paying rent? How long's it been?
Kid went missing in the fall. She stopped paying rent around the new year.
Okay.
Time is it now?
It's spring.
We're talking half a year.
If she's fucking dead, she's fucking cold as a fish.
It says.
One more thing, though.
I'll lean in so I know that Sai can't hear us from the bar.
Okay.
I saw things last night in her room. She is bound to something. She may have done it her own free will in life. Perhaps some conduit for her power. She's a caster, you see. Perhaps powerful. I think maybe her deck is that conduit. Might explain why she's still around. If the deck is still around and she's bound. We should remember that while we're searching.
I spoke to my master about it yesterday.
Oh? What
He
is
said that she came to him and that she needed his help. She needed to get a scroll from him. She wanted a scroll, but she never came back to retrieve the scroll. She only had my master describe it. It was a scroll. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on, I have it here somewhere. It was and he ruffles through his stuff looking for it. Oh, here it is. It was a scroll of locate objects. So she wanted to locate something.
A tarot
But
deck.
we don't, well, it could be her herald deck. It could be anything. But my master also said he tried to identify her herald deck, but he could not. But he did say that her deck is not normal. The herald deck is radiating enchantment. It is either blessed or cursed, but regardless, it is old.
Interesting.
So I think you might be onto something.
Do you have that scroll?
I do indeed.
Can
But
you use it?
No, I cannot use it yet. I am not at the level high enough to use it yet. It is still beyond my abilities.
Is using a scroll a use magic device check?
No, it's a spellcraft check, or it's a caster level check if it's on your spell list. It's a use magic device if it's not on your spell list.
Yeah, it's a DC of 15 plus the spell level, right?
No. If you already know the spell,
to learn the spell. Yeah, sorry, to learn the spell.
yeah, to learn the spell, to use it off the scroll, which would mean you burn it up. I believe it's a caster level check equal to 3 plus 1. So you'd have to make a caster level check of 4 to use the spell.
But it's one of my opposition scrolls though.
That I don't know if you can just cast or not. I would have to look that up.
I would have assumed that I would have to learn that because of the extra difficulty.
I think you might get a penalty when you try to cast it. Let me have a quick look here.
I don't see it on the mage's spell list.
It says you get a -4 on skill checks when crafting the item. That you need to spend 2 spell slots to cast it. It doesn't say anything about using an item of your opposition school, though. I think you could use the scroll, but because the scroll is a higher caster level than you, there is a check involved.
Right, but I can't use it now. Well, what happens if I get the check wrong? Do I? Does it destroy the scroll?
There's a chance of the scroll burning up or mishap.
Well, seems it would be rather useful to use that scroll to locate her harrow deck. It is one of the things we're after. I think it might be worth it. How often do you find yourself in such a predicament, Mr. Zephyros?
I think that is the easy answer right now. I think we know that we have to go look for the grate and see if we can find the sewer entrance. I think that is probably a better path for us to go on. And then if we have nothing or we come up empty, then I would suggest we take the more risky route. Because if we destroy this scroll, then I do not know when we will get it again, and then we will lose the ability. Whereas if I wait until I am sufficiently skilled to learn it, then we can use this multiple times.
Of course. You're quite right, of course. And if we need it when we're down in the sewers and need a clue, of course we can try it again. But yes, I think that is a most excellent plan. Does anyone?
Yes, that seems like a fine plan. Use it if we need it. When we need it.
It is interesting to know.
And when we know what we're looking for.
Yes, and she asked your master to help her find things.
But she never went back for what she asked for.
Yes, it seems she's gone missing. Is dead. They cut her head off. We all saw it.
I think you should calm down there, Mr. Professor.
Yes, you're quite right.
I don't want you to get a heart attack out of excitement just yet. It's still early days.
Oh, I assure you,
Well, boss man,
quite spry.
you show us the way.
Yes,
Alright,
lead on.
onward to my terrible traumatic past.
Yes, you're the only one that has one.
Manny looks at the little Pharisee kind of as she walks on by.
What's she mean by that?
I think we're all a bit damaged.
Damaged?
I kind of look around the group, nod to myself.
Oh, I've lived a life of luxury and study, my dear boy. The only damage I've done is to a good bottle of sherry.
Zephyrus just has his trunk go like left and right.
Pixels says she thinks the old man is lying.
Yeah, I'm gonna sense motive on that.
Sure.
Give
me a bluff.
on that.
Oh, you don't trust that my past isn't broken and tortured, filled with...
I just like to drink. I bullshit.
What's your bluff? What's your bluff, old man?
Oh, I don't even know. What is my bluff?
Charisma if you don't have any ranks.
In bluff, it's +4. So, I gotta do a
you got a
roll on
chance.
this? I gotta do a roll on this?
Yep.
I don't think I've ever...
12 or better, 13 or better, somewhere around there?
12!
No, on the die is what you would need.
Oh, I got it.
Oh yeah, he's being a little blustery a little bit. He's hiding just a general.
We've all been through this same world.
The little moat thing, the little bright thing, you get a sense that she's watching you as you're wandering around the slough, visiting sewer entrances, trying to find the one that Ludo would recognize, or trying to find the one from the image in the card. Pixel reports that none of these creatures are evil, but none of them are good either. As Pixel has been using her God's given spell-like ability to detect evil and detect good on the group of you. She's concerned that if you're going to go into a dangerous place, that
Don't go in there with evil.
knowing the auras of those that come with you might be good.
Perhaps they're more likely to serve each other than some power.
Pixel leaves all the deep thinking to you, and she's pretty soon like exploring some potted plants and colorful garments. As you guys are on the edge of what is called the soup market, there's a long line of people who are being given soup and their daily bread, but sprung up around it is this weird sort of barter town campground / place where your spot in line can be sold for goods.
Interesting. It's a little bit of hustle game going on in the soup.
Yeah, it's plus there's a flea market around here. It's basically the center of commerce in the slough. You're on the edge of that, and Pixel's playing in some nice tapestry. As she gets bored after searching her auras and finding nothing. You pass by the edge of the soup market. You see the Aka's Bookery, which is a play on words. Aka are bird people, and rookery.
Yeah.
Nice. It is a multi-story building. The main floor is probably not the bookshop, but it seems like the bookshop, for whatever reason, is on the upper floors of that building. Given that you live in the neighborhood, you've been to this place before. It's not a bad place to go and find new books.
Arcane tomes?
What's that?
Tomes of... old
Every once in a while,
ancient-
if you were lucky, you might find something that hints at the arcane.
I probably would have not so subtly mentioned it to the owner to let me know if he finds any.
You're sure that about 100 other people also want those
Pretty
things.
memorable, though.
You notice that there is some Vark that has some Vark. There are like half a dozen Vark around a wheelbarrow full of ratty and moldy books, and they're haggling with this Birdman Aka over the price of the books. They somehow found a really old moldering pile of books and they're haggling over it. Looks like their transaction is near complete, but that is what's going on in front of the Aka's Bookery as you pass. Nearby is Three Dead Frogs, which is an apothecary / alchemist. There's an old Kenku woman by the name of Agni who runs there. She sells poultices and potions, and even rumored that a few different varieties of rat poison are also sold. Rats are nasty little creatures in this neighborhood. You pass by a road that you know you really shouldn't be going down for those that live in this neighborhood. For at the end of this road lies the Chimera Public Theater. The Chimera Public Theater is where you probably go to buy opium. The worst of plays are put on by those who have been ensnared by that horrible drug. It is next to the Pharaoh Rest, or it's on the same lane. There's a lot of desperate poor on this particular street. You know the Chimera Theater has a gang of bards that run it. And it's probably opium that only makes their performances any good.
Or bad.
It's the type of place you go to get stabbed as well. You guys are staring down the street, Ludo. You've gone to 2 like storm drains, and it looks like everything is all up and up. It's been repaired, and there's no place for anything larger than Pixel to get in. And now you're sort of looking at this road. You know that there's a storm drain near the Chimera Theater at the end of this road.
Right.
And your companions are reluctant to go down the road. Some of them seem to be pausing a little bit at this.
The last place to check is where the largest pieces of trash float, and that would be at the theater.
Makes a bit of sense.
The entrance to the Chimera Theater is like it's like you climb into this multicolored painted lion's head, and there's a weird kind of dragon painted to one side and a goat painted to the other. But you actually walk up the steps into this like almost 3D sculpture.
Behold, the only talent ever put into this place.
It is an impressive piece.
Unless you make me walk in.
Ah, yes. I heard a bit of your playing back last night. Quite good. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm.
What was that, Zephyros?
If I walk in, they'll just put me in a cage and say, "Look, an elephant man."
Ah, yes. Does look like that sort of place.
Well, the sewer isn't inside the theater then, right? So we don't have to go in.
Not unless they get a particularly good production in today.
This square where you're standing is where multiple roads meet, and on the corner is the building where the Moorsvine residence is where Pharisee lives. You get an apartment in the Moorsvine residence.
Oh, very nice.
It used to be like a manor that somebody built, and then they partitioned it off into little apartments. And then across from the way is something called the Iron Pine residence, and that is where Zephyros lives.
Are there any like Griffin followers of Baishipe in it?
And the Iron Pine residence.
Maybe like endless
you also
time.
have an apartment in the Moorsvine residence.
Oh, is that where I live?
That's where you live. You haven't been home yet, but you live in the attic of the Moorsvine residence.
Of course I live in the attic.
But you guys know this is basically you live in a poor district. This is one of the streets you don't walk down because of drug dealers, people who are going to rob you, and the bards of the the Chimera Theater. It sounds funny to be afraid of bards, but they're the ones that will daze you while someone is shivving you, or like fascinate you with music and lure you into weird buildings. Like there are all sorts of stories that this is the place where you're to go to get mugged. Ludo is basically like waltzing down the street, and everyone sort of stopped for a moment. Manny's like, "Hold on, hey boss man, everyone stop."
Yes?
Why did they not come across?
Man walking here! And the voice came from above, and there's some dude on stilts that's heading down the street towards a couple of carny-looking fellows following him.
Pardon me, sir.
Who did we all go down the street?
No, you were thinking that this was a bad idea, although it's middle of the late morning by this point.
Don't we live on the street?
Many streets converge into one. You live in the square. This is the one street you don't go down because you get robbed if you do.
Okay.
I'll fly up to a corner of a building.
Okay.
You can perch like a gargoyle and look down.
Yeah, you do this often because you have wings. There's the hustle and bustle.
Zephyrs.
Some lady on a nearby balcony is like doing laundry or like dusting a carpet and doesn't notice you there.
I will. So someone is Levi's or Ludo's continued on with the bot with
They walked a bit ahead and then they stopped when they noticed all of you pause.
Oh, well, may as well look inconspicuous.
Act natural.
I will probably try to act natural and calm like I should be there, but I think it may be coming off as I'm the crazy person on the street you're not super keen on making eye contact with.
Perfect.
And
Perfect.
I'm trying to look tough and intimidating, but I think it comes off as like...
Creepy and sad.
Yeah, he's the craziest guy on the street. Maybe don't shiv him. Is what I'm hoping it goes for.
Okay, so you're acting like the crazy man walking down the street.
Tough guy.
You're acting like a tough guy walking down the street. Okay. What are you armed with anything?
I have the lantern staff,
Okay.
but it's mostly just using it to walk.
All right. Give me either an intimidate check or a bluff check.
I'm gonna go with bluff. I think. don't think there's a lot going on for intimidate. Okay. Do I even have intimidate? Ooh, I do have intimidate. I'm gonna do that one. $22. Am I an intimidating weirdo?
Alright, you've got, if you're walking ahead of everyone.
I'll probably just catch up to these lads.
Okay.
I'll sort of fly from roof to roof. These aren't going to be like 12-story buildings. They're going to be like maybe 3.
3-4 story buildings,
Yeah.
kind of like think old, very dense medieval apartment dwellings where a lot of the buildings are attached to each other. I need a good halfling name. A good name for a guy.
Nibbles.
No, Nibbles was a PC in our last campaign.
Biter?
So
Oh, was it?
Needles?
I'm just gonna call him Rat.
Yeah, street rat.
Street rat.
Hey there, you look lost.
Step aside, official business.
Ain't stepping on nothing.
Yes, out of the way.
You're the one stepping around like he's portal of sovereignty or something.
Yes, indeed. Now,
You need a guide.
no, I have one, thank you.
You know where you're going then? Huh?
Is there something you need, sir? I'm in a
Oh,
rush.
there's all sorts of things I need. Thanks for asking.
Yes,
Very polite of you.
Indeed.
Oh, hello there, he says in him.
Why? He's got a bit of an accent, doesn't he? Where are you from?
Natural. Originally, don't know.
Yeah, well, half the slew doesn't know where it came from. The other half ain't know what their fathers are.
Yes, as much as we'd love to banter with you, as I said, official business. Step aside.
What sort of official business you got going on there?
The business is official, and it's officially none of your business. Now step aside.
I'm not walking your way. It's a free street, ain't it?
He's just walking along beside you. He's staying out of like grasping distance, and you notice that about a half a dozen halfling folk have come out of the alleys and shadows and are sort of walking in a little crowd behind you.
Hold your pockets.
These ones look like some sort of like local gang of toughs, maybe.
Ludo kind of knows what's going on. He looks around and is like, son of a bitch.
Here, I'll clear off some new spot to kind of give you an idea. So you're walking along along wide stretch of road as you're heading obviously towards the Chimera theater, at least in that direction. Your party is all kind of clustered together. You're walking left to right, and they're quite brave. They're pretty fast on their feet. Pixel has landed on Pharisee. He's just walking alongside you, talking while the other ones are following.
Master Ludo, perhaps you could have a word with this gentleman.
I fear I have to.
Master Ludo? We've got a master?
Take that, but no. No master here. Just a guy. Just a normal guy. What are you?
What are you a master of?
Nothing.
That's right. Because if you had something, you'd have to share with the rest of us yondins, right?
Yup.
It's a fancy hat you got there.
I earned this hat from working.
Owned it. Working. You got a couple of workers here. We own things from working as well.
What is your occupation?
Aye.
Let me guess.
Hey, what's our occupation today? Toll keeper. Oh yeah, we're collecting the toll.
I see.
You got something to share?
Does he say that to me?
Yep.
I have. Let's say, how many are there? Sorry.
Need to keep the streets clean. You know, all the riff-raff and the raff-riff.
5 cents to pass your strip of street.
5 cents. Yeah,
1 cent
we
each.
got a rich master here. What's the rest of you got?
That's 1 cent from each of us to 1 cent of each of you.
Oh, come now. Yeah, fancy looking bunch. I seen you around here before.
Fancy. Look at this old man. Look at him.
Yeah, he's all official.
He's insane. I'm just trying to get him to a safe place.
Insane? They mean no much to me, man.
Well, I guess we're a bit of a crossroads here.
Crossroads? No, it was back that way. You're on our street now.
Ha 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 ha.
All right.
I'm starting to get irate at this point.
Don't need to be rude.
We just kind of stare at each other, like, who's gonna do what here?
He takes off his hat.
I will walk up and put 5 cents in.
All right. Yeah, 5 cents each.
And then I will ask him,
Can you spare any change for a meal? I'm quite hungry.
Yeah, there's a big old line back that way. You can go stand in it.
Can I have your place?
Costs you more than 5 cents to get thrown in line.
Maybe later.
we'll turn around and walk.
5 cents from each of us, you say?
I think he's paid.
Very good.
Oh, hey, you got 5 cents there?
I'm gonna approach him, and I would like to use. Can I use sleight of hand to do a sort of? I'm gonna mess with him, drop a few, and then grab some out of them. Like, oh, sorry, and like,
Yeah, you could be all klutzy and
Yeah,
try
but,
to
yeah.
steal some money from him. Sure.
I'll
do you need a check?
Yeah, I need a sleight of hand check.
I'll pull out my pipes. Actually, I'll conjure some pipes
Okay.
and start playing a bit.
All right. He seems a little distracted at the music,
Perfect.
so I'll give him a -4 on his check. Is it magical that you're
Nope.
using? Okay.
Not yet. I got 9 rounds, so
I got a 16.
16.
Yeah.
All right, get your grubby hands off that.
Oh, sorry. I'm such a klutz.
Yeah, clots, eh?
You end up having to drop your own 5 in because he kind of catches you. kinda-
Yeah, but I'm gonna still try and lead one out.
Okay, you're gonna still try to palm one of the
Yeah.
coins. Okay.
4 cents. I'm gonna be a little
As you're
bastard.
palming pennies.
Get your grubby fingers out of me, eh?
He saw the 5th being held.
No, he saw that you were trying to like fuck around, but you're gonna do another check.
Just to keep 1 cent. Nah, screw it. I'm gonna take the 5th one and flick it at his face.
Oh, now you're being rude. Now you're being rude. Ludo, was it?
As I'm gonna waltz back to my friends. But
He basically he's done this many times before. He puts his hat on his head without the coins falling out.
We'll be seeing you soon, Ludo.
I hope.
The halflings bugger off to go and divide the meager loot that you give them. You're pretty sure they didn't want to go near you with the Fant and the big man, and but yeah, Ludo and Henry and Pharisee walking down the street. Yeah, there's just
bad news.
You're pretty sure you didn't fight the
What?
predators.
I'm not intimidating present.
The mouthy skeleton.
Yeah.
You guys march almost right up to the front steps of the Chimera Theater. You can see a couple of like really broke down and shivering people sitting on the steps. One person managed to look up, nose dribbling.
Do you like a flyer?
I'll flap my wings, hover up just a little bit, and drop back down. I'd say no.
Well, take a flyer. It's supposed to give you a flyer. Take it.
All right, I'll take a flyer.
Here you go. Now you got to pay me for the flyer.
No, it was a gift.
Oh, that's not how it's supposed to work. Please help me out. I'm in much pain.
You should be better at this. Here, you can have the flyer back to try again on someone else.
That's not gonna help me with my pain!
Nothing will help you with your pain. You'll die
Can I ask
alone
him what
like
his
everyone
symptoms are and
else.
check the book? Hold on.
Give me a intimidate check. As your
I might even have that. Nope, that's gonna be charisma based. Eh, 11.
What sort of fairy creature are you?
I don't know.
Mean one. Hey, you want a flyer?
you're pretty sure that he'll ask each and every one of you if you want a flyer. Ludo, you turn around, you can see kind of off to the side where the street sort of bends down like a place where water could flow. You see a storm drain. It has
could buy
some
one,
slightly
Professor.
bent bars and this really old-looking pink piece of yarn.
I'm gonna nudge Mandy. I think we got a winner. I'm gonna trot over and inspect it.
Yeah, there's enough room for
Me and me.
for things to go into the sewers. And you do see this really, it's pink though. It was really red in the
Right
in the
vision.
image.
Well, I remember it being more red than this in our little freaky visions, but I think that might just be due to age and weather.
I remember everything being more red in that image.
Yes, it was quite red.
I don't want to think about that as he kind of gags.
I'll pull out the card and look at it.
Okay. The card is not doing anything.
I will close my eyes and hold it in both hands and go,
Zellara, we're here. Can you guide us?
I'll go up behind you carefully and give you a little nudge into the sewers.
Oh, I feel it!
Okay, she seems to not need to speak through the card as you're being nudged towards the sewer.
Oh, this way. Come. She's showing me.
Okay, Ludo, it looks like a small creature, Ludo, I guess, and Pharisee,
Right.
you could easily fit in and drop down into the sewer. Medium-sized creatures would have to squeeze. You don't know how the elephant man's
That's what
getting
I
into the
was
sewer.
just thinking.
I will look at the situation. And
There is a massive grate that looks like it can be opened. The hinges are a little bit rusty, and there's a big padlock.
Is there anyone amongst us who's good with this sort of thing? I'll jangle the padlock.
I might give it a try.
If not, I may have an idea as well, but might be tough to get back out.
I have had to do a few escapes in my time.
Well,
Let's see here. What do we
I'll
got?
give a look out.
I'm kind of inspecting it, tapping it, putting my ear to it.
Flyer! It's the same dude that seems to be actively trying to give you flyers.
I'll try and look at it without. Yeah, and see what's on it.
It's some sort of billet that describes the play that is going on right now.
It's a
Does it look
Malba
good?
pamphlet.
Anything I know? Buzz around town?
I need a name for a play.
The contract.
The haughty heroine? Like a play on words of a lady who's haughty, but also you do heroin while you're here?
The tail of the dragon?
Bards and tar.
Or a tail of the dragon?
Tale of the Sphinx.
Off the magic dragon?
A Tale of the Sphinx. It says it's supposed to be full of riddles and magic and a love gone wrong between two star-crossed, a priest and a priestess. It's it's a tragedy, but there's also comedy. It's like it's all over the place.
There's love scenes and fights. There's a dragon.
I will not buy one.
Old man,
Yes.
I don't want a flyer, but I'll give you 5 zens to tell me about the children that go in and out of there.
What about them?
When did you see them last?
Damn scourge they are. Always taking things. Running off.
Yes.
They took my flyers.
That's what he says.
Hmm.
Hey, I've got an idea, Magic Fairy. You get my flyers back, and I can.
You can sell them.
Yeah, I know I'm supposed to give them out.
Oh. Maybe it will help your pain.
Yes, if you could. I'm sure they've stolen some medicine down there.
Yes.
You could find me some
Medicine from the bards.
I'll be your friend.
Sure.
I'll give
I
you a
need
flyer.
that.
He hands a flyer into your hand.
I'll wrap 5 cents in the flyer and hand it back to him.
He's
Did you
lording
see?
over it.
Did you see a tall, thin man with the children?
No.
Is he lying?
He looks frightened.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No.
Recently?
You just rob the children of what they have. Bring me some medicine.
Is what he says.
All right.
Yeah, thieves. So they're fair game.
Yeah? Yes. I think so.
Not as many of them these days. Maybe the law is starting to crack down. Hurry before they're all caught. Find me some medicine.
Yes. We'll hurry.
He's abandoning his little stack of flyers and running up the steps with the 5 cents you gave him.
Yeah. To get some medicine?
And then he goes back down and collects up his flyers again, and he's just like,
Not enough. Do you have any more?
We'll find more.
Bring me back here. And then we could go to the theater.
Yes, old man, we could.
You promise?
Sure.
You promised! You promised! Magic Fairy will help me with my pain. We go to the theater. It will be wonderful.
I'm still meticulously checking out this lock, trying to listening, tapping it, thinking about it, biting it, testing what it's made out of.
it's a big iron lock that's slightly rusty.
I spit out a bunch of rust and
You licked the lock.
yep, that's iron.
You look rusty. You want me to bang it?
Let me try a more delicate approach.
Okay. Okay, boss man.
I then stomp my heel on it really hard.
Delicate because you're weak.
Right, you get me. That's why I like you, man. So is there anything I can do to get this thing out? Do I have to have a kit to be opening these?
Do you have lockpicks?
No.
Thieves' tools?
Thieves' tools?
No. We haven't been anywhere.
You're not a very good thief.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a ninja, though.
Gear carried, masterwork thieves' tools. It's already
thank
added
God.
to your disabled device. Yeah, you've got a good
How
set.
did I get them? It's just part of my story. Oh, you mean these? I used to use these as forks.
I think that they're tools of a certain trade.
Huh.
Sometimes mines are locked. perhaps.
It's been a while, but let me fumble around with this thing. You guys cover my back, please. Fans, that means you.
I will.
Manny just turns around and crosses his arms. You look very conspicuous.
I will back.
Act normal.
I'm acting normal.
Maybe whistle or something.
I'll walk a pace away from them,
Yep.
turn around, and immediately start begging them for change.
Make a scene.
Do you have any sense, by chance?
Zellas?
Oh no, not you.
Sense,
I'm gonna
please.
go through the sewer grate.
Okay, so you kind of go through the sewer grate. There is a ladder, but you've got wings. You just extend your wings and kind of float down, and Pixel goes right down into the sewers with you. I'm going to change maps for a moment. And it's called Sewer Theater Street.
So to get in there, everybody can fit except Zephyrus, right?
It looks like there's room down in the storm drain. It just doesn't look like you're going to be able to fit through the hole. This is an access point though. So Zephyros is still up top. Henry is still up top, pretending to beg or actually begging. Who knows? Pharisee is floated down into the sewer.
Manny's still up there too, right?
Yep.
So Zephyros can once a day cast any spell in his spellbook, and he has reduced person.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. Let's see how Ludo's opening up the lock goes first.
Yes.
Looks like he started that before he cast it, but that's a really good idea if it doesn't work. This is a common lock. It's rusty. It's only DC 20 to open.
What am I using?
Disable device.
Disable device.
Do you get a +1 for using a masterwork?
It's already added to his total.
Okay.
Master tools are +2.
32. Roll the net.
After making a joke about this being a fork, he just stabs it into the lock and kind of kicks it up, and the whole thing opens up.
Everybody.
Okay, between Manny and Zephyros, you're able to move this big hatch open, and you can see that there are some wide rungs that act like steps for a medium-sized person leading down. The sewer is a distant bad smell to it. It looks like this part is dry. Again, this is a storm sewer entrance. Are you guys climbing down?
Yeah, I'm jollily like hopping down and like joking
Okay.
around. Like, I hear there's a great bar down here.
Ding. Ludo lands. Manny.
Do you need help, old man?
Oh, I think I can manage. Excuse me.
I will shoulder my bony frame through and attempt to climb down.
Okay. What are all of your climb checks? The DC is probably like 4.
+2 on mine.
Okay. So take 10 as possible. So you're able to take 10 to go down. Manny just simply takes
Maybe
10.
old, but I'm not feeble. Excuse me.
Do you need a check from me?
No. If you've got a positive climb.
I definitely do.
Yeah, I put some points in that in swim, so I don't just
And then I think
immediately drown.
Zephyros, just by the nature of his strength, is able to climb down. So Zephyros is climbing down when something comes running up, skittering around the corner. It looks like it's like happy and alert. It makes this little chirping noise.
Jesus.
It's looking at you.
Oh, it's Compy.
It's this little chicken-sized lizard.
Hello there.
Look at his head. Makes this cute little squeak. It's looking at Pixel and then looks at Pharisee.
I will light my lantern.
Okay, spreading some light. It skitters away from the light, but then it comes back. And then you hear another like further down.
I will cast Unseen Servant.
Okay, the first one's joined by a second.
Unseen servant, carry this light for me. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
You should scare them off now, I think, before you have a horde.
Knowing that nothing good lives in the sewer, Ludo is.
J-Wall's like,
around.
yes, keep it as a pet.
There's only 2 right now.
And then you cast your light spell, and they went skittering away, and then came back. Yeah, there's 2 of them.
Fabrice, you're a creature of creatures. Right?
Yes.
Perhaps you could have a word or scare them off for us? I'm not much of an animal person.
I'll walk over and
They kind of make this motion around you, but they're pretty brave. Sort of like pigeons are brave, like they're keeping at a distance, like a good distance from you.
Right.
But they're not going away, and they seem interested in Pharisee for some reason. They're bobbing their head, making
Go
cute
forth,
noises.
friends. Go forth.
I'd be careful, guys.
no, I think you need to kill one.
You hear a third
They might have
chirp
a mom.
from the darkness around the corner.
They might have a big mom.
They might. She should keep better track of her food.
Maybe we
They're,
just
they're
throw-
talking like they're animals, but they're chirping back and forth like birds.
Does anybody have any?
I will cast Ghost Sound,
Okay.
and I will create the sound of some large creature about the size of 8 humans. I think we would get.
Okay, so like the growling sound of some monster.
Yeah, something that looks like it would eat lizards, maybe.
All right. So you know that there are a strange kind of hound that prowls around. You think they're called howlers that prowl out in the Badlands. You could probably mimic one of those.
I'm gonna go for that.
Okay. There's this horrible wolfy kind of. Oh yeah, this sends these things scattering. This is a illusion spell, so they do get a will save to see through the illusion. Although they're
I hope the compies aren't like learned beasts.
no, but it still
Yeah.
it still might not work.
Animal instinct. That's bullshit, wizard.
Their cuteness might overcome the the minor illusion that you're using. Let's see what they have for saving throws. Well, you figure out your DC.
Yes, my DC is
With their +0 will saves.
That should be 2, 16 plus spell level.
Okay. Making the growling sound of a howler, you send these 2 things scurrying off. They seem to understand that the loud noise means bad.
I will look to the rest of the party and
One of
say,
them hissed at you, and while they looked cute when they had their mouths closed, they do have very sharp teeth when it hissed at you, kind of like. 2 of them go scattering off, and you can hear what sounds like maybe 3 or 4 of them all kind of chirping and chittering away, like they're really highly agitated.
Well, now you've done it.
Ooh, well, they're scared away.
So we've got some agitated.
Shall we move, maybe?
Yeah, watch your heels.
Maybe Ludo, you have any memory you could lead us?
I'm gonna kind of walk around up towards here and inspect the walls and corners and such.
Okay. The creatures ran off to the north. I don't know if you're.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay close to the elephant, and I'm gonna get out my whip.
Okay. Go down
I-
here.
When I cast Unseen Servant, I commanded him to carry the lantern staff, so I don't have to carry it.
All right. So you've got this weird lantern floating with you. I wonder if I have a lantern token. Give me a second.
Carried by the Unseen Servant. He is an invisible creature. I'm probably going to use him a little bit, so I'm going to look for a token. Invisible creature. What's it like?
Here, we're gonna use that for now. There's your lantern, which will represent where the creature is and where the staff is. Okay, Ludo, you move over to the edge. Give me a perception check as the light from your companions does spill forth into the sewer. You can smell something off to your left that smells like more raw sewage. It's actually just getting generally stronger the further you go in the way that you're going.
What is my... Okay. Ah, there we go. Oops, sorry. 25.
Okay. You see a couple of things. There is what looks like a chewed up body of a rat.
Jesus.
There's something odd about the rat. It looks like maybe those little compy chicken things might have gotten.
Ate 'em up.
Well, they've chewed at it a little bit. It is lying in the center of the floor. You do notice that there is a dead compy also nearby. What was your perception? 25?
Yeah.
The compy looks like it was burned.
Think someone was trying to eat these things? Looks like
The burn mark is really, really strange.
if they are, they're bad cooks.
And I'm gonna put the outline of the burn mark on the ground.
Very cone shaped. Well then, follow the trail of dead animals.
Seems about as
Never done me wrong.
Oh, and there's a little
Another hatch. Great sewer grate.
no, a red piece of yarn
Ah,
tied to the grate.
Gentlemen, found ourselves.
Actually, no, it's stuck out of the wall here.
Found ourselves another piece of fine yarn.
Okay,
Creepy yarn.
Ludo, as you were passing with your 25, you notice that the rat's skull is exposed, and you can see like a little bit of brain matter exposed to the air.
Is the brain damaged? Like munched?
It doesn't look like it. Like maybe something squished it and made its brain pop out of the top of his head. It's really weird looking.
Oh yeah.
If you zoom into the token, you can see.
I'm gonna nod to Henry and go, what?
Is
Have
it a
you
normal
seen this
rat?
before? Is this some sort of weird ritual?
Okay, so now you're standing around the rat. Give me a knowledge nature.
Me?
Whoever is examining the rat. I heard somebody say, "Is it a normal rat?"
I'm gonna examine the rat.
Yep.
I'll aid if I can.
Sure.
I'm not trained with it, so it's just +6.
I'll accept your advice.
Okay, and Zephyros, you can hear that the copies must be back because they're chirping back at the entrance where you guys came down.
24.
So Ferris is going to hang back a little as everybody walks forward to see if he has to deal with these things.
This is not a animal. This is somehow a lot of strange magical beasts have resulted from weird wizard experiments.
Some sort of wizard's experiment, looks like.
You touch the brain, and the brain does not look like it was pushed out of the skull. In fact, it looks like the skull grew naturally to grow a hole because the rat's brain was too big for its body.
It's a big-brained rat.
Perhaps.
It has a thin skin around it, like the skin of the rat actually kind of just goes over like a wrapper of the actual brain of the rat. You can hear the compies shifting around in garbage. You get a sense that they're gonna follow you.
Our first little monster. We should move on though.
And then this burnt compy,
Mm-hmm.